Let's bring in Tony Shaffer. He's the president of the London Center for Policy Research and joins me now from Chowan County in the U.S. state of North Carolina. Tony, the White House is saying that Russia is taking escalatory, not de-escalatory steps, such as these joint military drills with Belarus, and it's encouraging American citizens to leave Ukraine. What's next, do you think?
So the first thing to watch is the Bosphorus. The Russian Navy sent through, I believe, 6 ships today, Wednesday. And those ships are heading into the Black Sea for purposes of who knows what. So obviously, if they're moving heavy Navy ships into the area off of Ukraine in the Black Sea, they continue to build troops up on the border. It's very clear that the intention at this point, in my judgment, is for some level of military action. I've been arguing, I don't believe they want to take all of Ukraine, but I do believe they're in a position to take a good chunk, if not half of it, just within the current configuration of the forces they deployed.
Moscow is continuing to insist that it is not intending to invade Ukraine, but surely these military drills with Belarus, Vladimir Putin surely knows that the West sees them as a provocation. Is this his way of getting the West to blink first?
So the West has already blinked first. You've got Germany and France not wanting to play militarily or as part of NATO. You've got real issues regarding Nord Stream 2. President Biden said he's going to stop it. Europeans said no. So I think no matter how we proceed, that is the West, you have issues regarding how Russia will respond by the fact they have economic dominance regarding energy over the Europeans. They have clear military force superiority over the Ukrainians. At this point, Putin is in the driver's seat. He can either continue to negotiate hard to get something. I believe what he wants is something in writing, some sort of agreement that says NATO will not expand further and will never permit Ukraine in. I think that's what he wants. Absent of that, he does have clear capacity to conduct military operations from Belarus, from Russia, from the Crimea, from the area of the Black Sea into Ukraine. So it's really something that he now has many options. The West does not have many options.
Putin, though, he hasn't gotten what he's wanted so far from the West, and yet this diplomatic activity is continuing to take place, including earlier this week. Do you believe diplomacy will still work? And what are the options when neither side continues to want to compromise or budge in their stance?
So optimal combat conditions regarding armor will occur probably within the next 2 weeks. That is to say that to use one of the most effective forces the Russians have, armor, would be towards the 15th of February. The naval ships I just mentioned are on their way. They'll be in position within a couple of days. Barring the failure of diplomacy, that is to say that if something doesn't get resolved within the next week, Putin will be optimally postured to conduct military operations, effective military operations. So that's the deal. We've got about 7 days, I believe, between now and next week for Putin to figure out, and the West to figure out, if there's a way to negotiate something, to give Putin something he wants that's not going to be seen as appeasing him. At the same time, I don't believe for a minute Putin is going to back down until he gets something he really wants. So I think all bets are off until next week at this point.
Yeah, it really certainly seems like it's getting to a crisis point. Tony Shaffer joining us from Chowan County in North Carolina. Thank you.